Ain't nothing gets your boy Scotty out of retirement quicker than a game based on a steamship. Particularly anything related to the Titanic. In this case, its younger sister. Younger but chunkier, the Britannic. I have to say a full-sized adult thank you to Tom from the... I don't remember their name right now. The people that are making the Titanic game, Honor and Glory. I'm really scatterbrained. I haven't recorded anything in months. Just a quick point to say that we really fell off the wagon. Last time we tried making a video, it was, I think, Bannerlord, and nothing worked, and it really just put me into a big depression as far as making visual anything. At the moment, I do have a bunch of unfinished things that I'd love to put together for you guys. I've got like 5 really great songs. I didn't write any of them. But, you know, cover songs like we usually do, that I want to finish. You can see some drums in the background there. But anyway, tonight's about Britannic. Like I said, Tom Linsky? Sorry, I'm really not doing well. I'm actually sick. I'm partway through a cold, but thank fuck it's not the big one. It's not the Copacabana virus that everyone's catching lately. So I'm going to try and do as much of this as I can in the headset, because for me that's a better experience. I know it would make a better video if I didn't do that. In fact, if I just turned off the webcam and the microphone. But there has to be some enjoyment for me as well, so... I think I'm my new shirt, huh? Not bad. Anyway, yeah, let me get this thing set up and play some Britannic for you. Okay, the good news is I'm here in VR, and the ship looks amazing. Bad news is, I'm really short. I'm about the height of this fence. This keeps happening to me. I fixed it before. I had to make my height something like 220 centimeters. And I just want to, again, complain about VR in general. I was saying this to my wife before. It's supposed to be this effortless gateway to other worlds beyond your imagining, and in reality it's just this massive pain in the ass. You put this mask on, nothing works the way it should, it's glitchy, it doesn't... Anyway, enough complaining. As I was going to say, the ship looks amazing. If you're into ocean liner porn of any kind, these guys, they deliver... Oh, check it out, there's a fire hose. It's going to come in handy. See, I can almost taste the wood, you know, that thing where you... bang your teeth on a wooden balustrade. I'm so bad at making videos now. Hang on. Okay. Anyway, enough of my yapping. I have to try and find my way around here and see if there's anything cool to look at. Where are we? Oh, good. Oh. One thing I am always harping on about in every VR video that I upload, so apologies for it being repetitive, but this stuff, I mean, it's pretty simple technology. It's just a couple of goggles, some magnifying lenses, and a little screen stuck in front of your face, but it really does improve the scale of things no end. I mean, all of a sudden, everything looks fucking massive. I don't know. I don't even know if it was this big in real life. Cranes, we got everything on here, don't we? Oh, and another thing I wanted to add is the music. There's like music in the menus and when you're tooling around the ships and stuff. It's all been really good. I don't know who's doing the music for them, but bravo. I can see the polygons there. Anyway. Oh, hang on, I've been dying to do this. Can we stick our head in this thing? Oh. Oh, well that's slightly disappointing. Alright. Oh. Trip hazard. Okay. You know, this is a little different to my, my other ship crush, the Titanic. There's like more stuff going on here, more deck houses and... well, more lifeboats for a start. No one wants to say it. No one wants to be the one to admit it, but these ships really do look better with less lifeboats on top of them. Blah, blah, blah. Lifeboats. I can't talk anymore, I swear to Christ. That's half the reason I don't do videos. What have I been doing instead? Not a whole hell of a lot. I got fired from the Queen band that I was in. Well, not fired. I got let go because the corona meant that nobody was gigging anymore. But the other day, Freddie did write to me and asked me to record some stuff, so, you know, maybe I can contribute in that way. Be nice. Oh, check it out. Oh, sorry. I do dumb things to make myself laugh. You're gonna have to bear with me. Usually in VR you can poke your head through things. Oh! Oh. That doesn't quite work though. Do you still see what I'm doing? Okay, good. Oh, this looks tremendous. It's the simple things though. I mean, like, you know, deck fittings and machinery and rope. But all the little detail. I guess these guys would be really good, what do you call it, model builders if they ever wanted to go in that direction. I've got this Titanic, I bought it in 2008. And, haven't finished it yet. I've got as far as putting holes in it for the windows and putting some lights in. And, that's about it. This is a famous sign here. You can't really see it from where I am though. Okay, let's go forward. Oh! This is my favourite thing to do to these guys, is to stick my head slightly beyond where it's supposed to be and see what they're hiding from us. So this is obviously the ship in its hospital form. You know, if you're not into ocean liners or whatever, I'm assuming you are if you're watching me. This was Titanic's little sister that got hit by a mine, I think, while it was... Whoa! Oh, shit. I'm very scared of heights, so... And anytime I accidentally do something like this, there's a big jolt to the bottom. My little O-ring does that. What was I saying? Yeah. Hit a mine, sank in suspiciously similar circumstances. You know, going down by the bow and all that. Some would say it was probably deliberate. No. If there's one thing I can't fucking stand, it's Titanic conspiracies. Or the other one is newly discovered evidence. There was a documentary on the other night about some fire that was supposed to weaken the inside of the ship. Never heard such fucking nonsense in my life. And it had this little Irish dude. He was the one pushing the theory the whole time. He was giving me high blood pressure, that's for sure. Oh wow. Beautiful, what would you call it? Hospital room, I guess, but there's no door. So, you may want to work on that. I don't even know what deck we're on. Is this B? B deck? Again, because it's not the Titanic, I'm a little... No, that was A. A deck. Fuck. Okay. Again, way too many lifeboats. If the Titanic taught us anything, it's that even if you do lose a few people in a sinking, you get a good yarn out of it, and isn't that worth the sacrifice? Wow. I always... this is because I am obsessed with things. Sometimes I look up and I think, how big would one of them funnels actually be? I've thought about maybe even, you know, cutting down all the trees in our backyard and building one. Just to... I don't know. If that's a lunatic idea, just tell me, I won't do it. Nice benches. Oh god, yeah, I'm never going to finish my model Titanic. I'm just looking at all of the little tidbits, all the paint. I mean, someone's going to have to paint that there, or whatever that is. Because I'm not the kind of person who could just bang the model together using the instructions. Like, I've got to buy all the extra little components and the brass. With models, you have this little photo etched brass. You got to, you know. Anyway, sorry, I'm yapping way too much about myself. And like I said, during this whole quarantine thing, haven't been doing anything truly interesting or consequential. Certainly haven't been active on the internet. This is eventually going to make me motion sick, so I kind of have to hurry up. Oh yeah, I have to congratulate them for adding a jump to this demo, because the Titanic demo they put out, I don't think it had one. So check it out. Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, ow! Headbutted the compass. Wow. I just wish I had a little bit more height. I swear to God, I keep changing the Oculus options and I just... I don't know. Anyway, alright. Let's get further forward, try and find something else that's fun to look at. Doof! It's our maximum running speed. Checking out the gymnasium. Nada. Let's see what else we can find. The staircase. We'll be going in there. This demo has inside and outside options, and they're not all in the same thing. Probably for performance reasons. But yeah, we'll go get a gander at that in a minute. I don't know. I'm a bit 50-50 on these mechanical lifeboat cranes, or davits as they call them. You know, I'm sure they're like... much more efficient and strong. And in an emergency, you wouldn't want to be without one. But they look so big and industrial. And they just make the deck look so damn busy. In fact, if I had my way, I'd send these ships out with no lifeboats and just call it a day. Oh, see, look at this. First of all, I am burping, which is terrible. Second, I have to jump. Like that little midget that followed Ricardo Montalban around. Just a... Oh! Beautiful view. Can we get up on this thing? Whee. Oh, thank fuck. Alright. Wow. I don't know how much of this was wartime modifications, like, and how much of it was just, this is the third ship in the series, we want to add some stuff to it. But like I said, a little too busy for me. I like a clean... Ooh, speaking of wartime modifications, check that out. Ooh, oh. Crap. I'm the world's worst video maker, I'm sorry. Believe it or not, I'm also rusty. That does... Oh, check this out. So they should have added the option to fire this thing up. Wow, it's extremely pretty and very, very peaceful in nature. I do occasionally run into things, which isn't the most pleasant sensation. Oh, check it out! It's the what do you call it? Intercom, telephone system. But I really want to look at it, but it's all the way up there. I feel like a kid again. Oh, does anybody? This might be a question more for the guys that actually made this, since they're such Titanic experts. But where's the button for the whistle? I want to put me on a train or a boat, and the first thing I want to do is honk the horn. These tiles are very cool. I came back from Spain a while ago now. I know I keep harp on about it, but it's relevant. I came back from my adventures there with my wife, obsessed with tiles, like European style ones, and specifically the kind you see in Spain or maybe Portugal. I don't know. It's just like a regional thing. Oh yeah, and the guys that make this, they were toying with the idea of putting these on the shop, like a little table telegraph. And I swear to God, if they need like a, you know, someone to play around with a prototype, hit me up, because I fucking love one. I'd bolt it to the top of my computer. Whee! Oh, I love this. This is amazing. For me. Again, I don't know. It is of reduced benefit to the viewer, because VR is like very much a subjective. It's good for me and no one else, basically, when I'm using it. Oh, check it out. More hospital beds. Wow. This would have been a freaky-deaky place to be when it's sinking. I mean, any ship would be, but the fact that it's a hospital as well. I don't know. Let's head forward. Oh. Oh. Yoink! Sprinting up the front for a bit of rumpy-pumpy with Fabrizio. Whoa! Wait! Oh, come on. Sweet. Oh, check it out. What a view. The money shot. Whew. I have to get my VR legs back. I used to have some degree of endurance, you'd say. But obviously, you haven't done it in a while. Well, that is one big fucking anchor. But I live not too far from Fremantle, which is a port city. And so, you know, they have anchors on display, and various nautical things. You can see, you know, bits of ships, or just real ships coming to the harbour, but not too many like that, I have to say. Oh, this would be if Warwick Davis was starring in Titanic. I'm the king of the world! Woohoo! It's not terribly kind of Warwick. I love Warwick Davis. I love Willow, and I heard they're going to make more of it. Finally. Hopefully before Val Kilmer dies. Sensational. Well, I don't really know how much fucking around they actually wanted me to do with this demo. In as much as showing you things you can't normally see, but I just wanted to take a little look around it. It's maybe some perspectives you wouldn't ordinarily get. Crow's Nest, for example. Now, you play with your imagination a little bit, make it nighttime, like really dark, and you could totally forgive a guy for not seeing an iceberg coming. If you think of it as only seeing the black thing that's blocking out some stars, totally understandable. So let's not pin too much fucking responsibility on the lookouts. Well, here's another personal favourite, the whistles. Now, the guys that make this, they have a really cool shop where you can buy 3D printed this and that, like ships or signs or whatever. Someone's going to talk him into making a little whistle. You can do this all. Again, if you need someone with a lot of hot air to test the thing, I'm your man. Okay. Phew. This one is sort of getting into the fantastical, I would say. Just for starters, I don't know if the ship ever really visited anywhere where you would see aurora like this. And I have to say, as a Southern Hemisphere guy, I've never seen aurora with my own two eyes. I don't even know how bright they are. But all that boringness aside, this is really quite pretty to look at. Can I go in the water? No, okay. Check it out, eh? It's very Christmassy with the green lights. And I don't know a lot about hospital ships. The idea that they would hang up this Vegas lighting just to say, we're a hospital, please don't sink us. I mean, you're almost goading the Germans at that stage. In fact, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I wouldn't put too much of the blame on the Germans for wanting to have a crack at it. I mean, it's a big target practice. They put an X on it, for God's sakes. Full moon. No moon. No moon means surprise. As if we haven't had enough already. Bureaucrats. Desktop espionage. Give me the C. Oh, you can toss the rest. Oh, check it out. I really love... Yeah, and back to my model that I'm never going to finish. I'm of the opinion that if you model anything, if it's a plane, a boat, a spaceship, if the windows on that model are big enough to look into, it is pretty much your civic duty, your obligation as a member of the human race, to put something in that window for us to look at. Like, even if it doesn't matter how small it is, it doesn't have to be the most detailed thing. Oh, check that out. Just see some very pointy chairs, some very, very upset patients. You know, obsessed as I am with ocean liners, I can't quote you too many facts about the Britannic. Who was it carrying when it sank? I'm under the impression it was on its way to pick up sick people, and that it might not have been completely loaded up with patients or anything like that. But I'd be pulling that little factoid out of my butt, if I'm honest. It's just an impression I have. So if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. It's VR, so I can't tell you, but it looks fantastic. And it's a good little teaser because it doesn't take too much mental sort of blurring your eyes to think, ooh, it's like the Titanic, and that's the one that everyone's really obsessed with. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Wow. Looks huge. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, other than I can't wait to see what they do with the Titanic and all that. I'd love another good game set on that ship, believe me. It's been way too long since the one that came out when I was a kid was released. And on that subject, actually, I've been passing some of my quarantine boredom by teaching myself Blender. Oh, here we go, process. And the first thing I was using to teach myself Blender was the spaceships from this game called Escape Velocity. I'm obsessed. It's a childhood thing, don't try and understand. But after that I thought, well, these are kind of easy. Let's try something more complicated. And I've been trying to model one of the corridors from the old Titanic game. It's not perfect. It doesn't look that good, but it's been very educational. And there's no purpose to it. Other than, like, I wish I knew someone who knew a thing or two about putting things into VR, because then it would be really fun to, you know, rig and make playable, shall we say. I'm plastered against the glass of the bridge, freaking out the officers on duty, like the Minoc. Alright, there we go. Really relaxing music. I was just going to be putting on Cyberflix music for this whole thing, but to be honest, this is actually quite nice. Let's try a good old-fashioned flyby. James Cameron style. It's a little too sensitive. Oh, holy crap, this is like being in a helicopter, this is so rad. Oh, a little too close. You wouldn't want your helicopter that close. Jeez. This is enormous. That is, of course, when you're playing something VR-based and largely sort of scenic and atmospheric and you're not actually playing anything, you do run the risk of just sitting there making wow noises and ooh and ah, but, you know, it's good stuff. Alright, we'll try and find some interiors now. Oh, Scotty, that's a good look. I had the feeling that if any room was going to lag in this demo, it might be the Grand Staircase, and my suspicions have been confirmed. It actually looks pretty smooth in here, but every time I look at the computer screen, it starts to all choke up, so... As far as video cards go, I'm, what's my one? A 980 Ti. I don't like quoting names of things because I think they sound like a bit of a jerk-off with all these arbitrary numbers. The PF220 or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to mean. Anyway, that's mine. It's a few years old now. I'm not really rolling in enough cash to upgrade my computer. I would really love to. It's about time. Green Liner. Apparently that's the direction they were going to be headed in if this ship ever became a proper passenger-carrying thing, but what I hear is they never got around to it. Alright, let's stop fucking around. Oh, shit. One thing I really, really love about this ship, you just lean forward to get through the balustrade because I'm short, is the idea of putting a pipe organ, a self-playing pipe organ in the damn lobby. I just find that so cool. You'd think it's scary and haunted, but it's not really, because this ship didn't drown a whole hell of a lot of people, and when it did, it wasn't in this configuration, so it's actually less spooky than you'd think it would be. It just sounds, you know, boss. It's hardcore. It's imperious is what it is. I love pipe organs. When I was a kid though, I didn't know it was a self-playing one, so you learn something new every day. Oh, I mean... if anything, this VR is telling me what it would have been like to be a kid on the Titanic. Or the... sorry, Titanic. Check that out. It's really great seeing... Can we just... that clock over there in VR. Let's get closer. Oh my god. Yeah. I was doing pretty well as far as motion sickness goes, but I think I'm finally going to start having some problems because this is very laggy. Look at that. I've actually got a poster in my room of that clock, but nothing like this. Wow. Just exceptional stuff. They've modelled this thing really well. Isn't it weird? A video where I just say nice things? We used to just be all about making fun of movies and then, you know, making fun of games and etc, etc. I've got really nothing to criticise these guys for. But if you think of anything... what else we got? Piano. Redundant! Might as well throw it overboard, we don't need it. What's over here? Okay. On the other ship, the gymnasium would have been over that way, and this was another walkway, so blocked it off with a big fucking pipe organ. Oh, more tiles. Check it. I think this room's lagging more than the staircase did. What's going on here? There's a cool artwork for... I guess it's a playroom? Yeah, you've got your toy elephant. You have nursery rhymes, I think. Can't quite read that because the headset's not very high resolution. This is fucking awesome. A rocking horse. I mean, that's not awesome in and of itself. We've all seen rocking horses before. But, it just looks so fucking good. I didn't want to drop so many F-bombs in this video, I'm sorry. We had pork schnitzel for dinner, and, little brother and little sister. Okay. Can't say I know that one. Oh, awesome. This room is just me looking at things saying awesome, awesome, and trying not to be sick with the lag, so let's just get out of here. I'm kind of hamstrung here because I want to find all the best angles and things and make everything look really photogenic and nice, but I am the height of a large dustbin. Hang on, I know what I can do. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That looks really good. Oh, it's much better. The power of the music. The crispness of the visuals. The crispness. I can't say crispness. Is that a word? Crispness? Oh god. I'm gonna have to take my... I have to have my channel taken off me, I think. This isn't gonna be like a explore every inch of the ship thing because I just don't have the focus for that, but a quick walk around would do me well. Let's take the stairs. Hang on. This is my favourite. Whoa! It's the old horror movie shot from Titanic where you see the water coming up. Everyone starts bricking it. Oh, hang on, here we go. Ah! It's a fake! I don't believe it. They lied to us. Right. And again, you know, I'm not going to blame it on these guys, the performance problems. This is all me. My computer is a few years old now in specifications, so if the money ever comes, I'll get something new chucked together. Oh, hang on. Let me guess, I can't go through? Tear down this wall, Senator Gorbachev. Mr. Gorbachev. Okay. It's the old, unfinished ship stuff. That's cool. This was the purser on the other ship. Whether or not it still is, I don't know. Just running around like a madman. Oh, check it out. Oh, ignore my double chin. I've gained so much weight. Not just in quarantine, but just in the last year or so. I'm kind of depressed about it, actually. But what do you do? I've never been on here, or indeed in any arena in life, to look good. I've always just wanted to be good at what I do. So it's not like How the Mighty Have Fallen or anything. But let's take a little look, see at those lights. Wow, the old boob light. Damn, that looks good. Making motions independent from my head movements, and it's making me feel really sick. Oh, check that out. That's something special. Look at that tapestry. Nice. This place looks like a bomb hit it. Music's really sweet though. Oh, the old tiles! I missed those. It's running really badly now. Oh! I guess I shouldn't be putting this in the video if That's quite funny. You know, like I said, I'm not going to go over every inch of this because I will eventually lose focus and completely run out of things to say. But you've got your... there's a couple of cabins you can look at in this. Sitting room. Cool. Alright, nice fireplace. And something I'm personally not sure of is how much of this stuff was actually built and bought and made and then like taken off the boat when they turned it into a hospital ship. Like I don't really... that much I don't know. With a view to thinking like, is any of this stuff still in a warehouse somewhere or whatever? Can we... Oh, it's the most cute lunch ever. Oh. Oh. Look at that, it's amazing. It's weird, the things that'll impress you. I want that cup and saucer set. Can somebody please make that for me? Oh, delicious. Okay. Those paintings. Okay. Oh, nice. This, let's see. Would have replaced one of the... You know those really long, luxurious cabins on the Titanic? On B deck? Would this have been like kind of a substitute for one of them, or just judging by where I am and stuff? I'm gonna go with yes. Wow. Wow. It's a visual feast. No, like I said before, I was talking about teaching myself Blender. I get stumped on the stupidest of things, and I can't imagine knocking anything like this together, so... Keep up the good work, guys. Bed. It's not huge, but it's not bad. It's generous. Oof. My tummy just did something funny. I'm gonna have to get on with this and finish soon, because I don't want to throw up. I've never ever thrown up because of VR, so I have that going for me. Alright, one sec. Weirdly enough, and this part of the ship doesn't seem as elaborate as the Grand Staircase, but this is also running kind of chunky. So, but on the plus side, looks really nice. This would be a really cool swimming pool to get into. I don't know, can we get in? Oh, no way! Bloop. Boop. Oh, God, okay. It looks really awesome, but that just did something funny to my VR eyes. I can't even describe it. Oh, no, that's wrong. The right eye did something weird. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Not bad. I really dig this. It's always a sad experience when you're someone who claims to be in the video making profession and you run out of shit to talk about. But I'm at about that point now. But more because the VR's doing funny things to my head. Oh God. Now, this would be cool. Once they gamify their Titanic thing a little more. I want to get into like a fisticuffs or like a sword fight with someone. With this music. Okay. I think that about does it for the interiors. There are a couple I didn't click on. But, you know, I don't want to be too thorough. Maybe save it for another day. Maybe look at the sinking next. So, bear with me. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing. I had to take a quick VR break because it was just doing funny things to my stomach. If you do wind up buying this, there's a sinking mode, and there's a couple of different ways of doing it. There's like a fly around, watch the sinking, there's a real-time sinking, and then I think there's a jump to the halfway through point, which is what I've done because I don't really have like an hour to wait around for this thing to sink. But I can tell you already, that's actually quite intimidating. The water coming up higher and higher. Part of the story was that they wanted to beach this thing, I think over there, on that coast, or maybe there, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking at. It might have seemed like a good idea at the time, but I don't know if it's just me, but looking at it like this, you can see why it was so unrealistic. Look how quick we're going down. Unreal. Oof. Oh, there's a big burp there. Oh, God. I might not use this thing again for a few months. Ugh. Not used to it anymore. It's just a quick look-see. Now, behind the ship, there's a bunch of lifeboats. They've kind of been falling off in dribs and drabs for maybe half an hour. One of the more famous aspects of this thing is that one of them came down and I think hit a propeller, which was sticking out of the water and killed a bunch of people. So, there are hazards to getting in a lifeboat while the ship is still moving. If you're thinking about it, don't do it. Woo! Let's Prince of Persia this bitch down on the front. Alright, making our way back to the front. We were here before, but the ship wasn't sinking, so let's have another look at how things are going. Whoa. How about it? I won't lie, this would be fucking terrifying if it was real. I've got to stop it with the swearing. Apologies. And no real reason. You know, we're all grown-ups here. At least I hope we are. Whoa! Ooh. That's quite unsettling. Kind of looks like the whistle's blowing, but I can't hear it, so maybe it isn't. But I remember, it's kind of an embarrassing episode, but after one of these guys' videos went up, I wrote them a message saying, the whistles don't sound that accurate. Here's what one should sound like. And they kind of got back to me and said, "No, actually, you know, we've done some research and this is how we think it should be," which I can respect. I didn't do that to be a prick. It's just that when it comes to sounds of things, I'm a little anally retentive. I just like authenticity. Like, I want to know what it sounded like when that happened, or you know, what the sound of that door shutting might have been like. A big one for me is, you know, the wireless, where they do the Morse code. I want to know, when you put the headphones on, what do you hear? Is it like a zzz, or is it a whoop whoop whoop? I'm sounding like such a fucking idiot right now, but really, like, that kind of stuff interests me. Why am I so short? In real life, I'm not a midget, I swear. What were we talking about? Whistles. Yeah. God, this is intimidating. I actually don't know if there's really an objective to the syncing mode, in as much as when I was mucking around and testing this earlier, I wasn't doing anything, and I was standing on an empty piece of deck, and all of a sudden the players started making Mortal Kombat noises. So I think you can get hurt. But to what end, I don't know. I don't think you have health or anything like that, so... Whee. Oh! Ah, shit! Survive the sinking mode. It's more like Scotty Supreme Clumsiness Edition. Really, check it out. Alright. See, I don't know at what point everybody was off the ship by. It wouldn't have been too long after this, I imagine, because it's quite clearly not going to recover. You know, this was a better ship than Titanic, and it had more safety precautions and stuff built into it, but it had a lot of things working against them, like people were... these stupid nurses. They were being very irresponsible, and they all had their portholes open to enjoy the nice Mediterranean breeze, I guess. And, you know, with all those open windows, water comes in, you're donezo. All your safety precautions are for nothing. But it was a war, I mean, you know, ships sink. I think if the Germans wanted this one, they would have got it eventually. Mine or torpedo or whatever. Where was I going with that? Yeah. Funny thing is, I've always looked at this as like, oh my god, it sank in only 55 minutes, that's incredible. And I picked the halfway through point to start out with this, and it's taking forever. Obviously this would seem a lot more dramatic and like, you know, time is running out if I was really there and my life depended on it, but yeah. You do have time to weigh up a few things in just under an hour. Look at that, the water's heaving over the... What was I wondering? Oh yeah. At what point would people have all been off the ship? I don't know. Like I said, I think if I was the captain, I'd be thinking pretty soon would be a good time to just hop out. Ugh. That whole tradition of the captain having to do it last, though, I don't know about that. Oh! Oh! Oh, there it is! Ah! Just as the Titanic music started, I started getting punched. And I'm not doing anything! I didn't do anything wrong! It might have been for some of the jokes I was making, I don't know. I want to get up there. The size of that funnel, huh? Check out this funnel. I don't know, do I just jump it? Oh! Ow! Ow! Ah! I don't know why it's doing that. Da-da-dum-dum. One of these days, I'll teach myself all of the Titanic music on piano, and I'll do a little recital for you guys. I'll wear, you know, one of those suits with the tails, the long, elegant evening wear. Oh, there it is! Oh, what am I touching? I was trying to turn the sound up. I mean, you know, it sounds like a whistle. I'll give them that. But we have roughly contemporary recordings of these things being blown. To my ear, they sound a lot angrier. But should we be like getting away from the front of the boat then? Yeah, it might be a good idea. We're fighting our way to the stern. The past forever locked in regret. But what if the past could be changed? Doo-doo-doo. Can you hear the music? Where is the sound? I can't see the keyboard. Oh. Da-da. This is me running away from the sinking boat. Me, who can't swim a fucking meter in real life. This would be the worst place for me to be. 30 years have come and gone since the night that saw the end of the world. My world. Oh shit. Are we stuck? I was to remain in my cabin until my contact got in contact with me. I can't remember the speech. I left only once. Georgia was on board. And that's when it came. There'd be no second chance. It was Sunday. Too late for the Titanic, you see. Too late for me. What if I'd met with my contact? What if I'd... Shit. Ah, man. It's one of these things you swear you'll never forget. Uh-oh. Is it just me? Or is this ship a lot more slanted than it was when I started my run up the bow or stern? Fuck this. We're in trouble. Hey, there's a boat over there. I don't remember seeing them lower any new ones, but maybe they did when I wasn't paying attention. Oh god. You know what? Maybe going to the stern's a bad idea. Ah! I don't know what I'm touching right now, but I don't like it. Oh! Don't jump off! Okay. I actually went up here because I thought it would be a good dramatic view of everything happening, but you can't see anything. So we might... if we can... Oh god, you wouldn't be able to walk on this. This is... I'm thinking... This doesn't apply so much to the Titanic, but with this ship, you would have been better off just gently lowering yourself off the front, I think, because... Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I mean, you can't drown in this, it doesn't matter, but... I mean, if you were good at parkour... Oh, shit! I think a funnel just fell down. Oh, I really wanted to watch that happen. Oh, I'm stuck! Oh, jeez, I'm doing a bad job. I'm giving you, like, the worst vantage point. Shit, can we just go in the water? Oh! Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Let's swim to that lifeboat. Oh. Oh, crap. Holy crap, the ocean is boiling. Look at this. Oh, holy hell. Guys. It's a bit of a slow burn, the sinking. For ages, nothing's happening. You think, this is no big deal. And then all of a sudden it gets dramatic. Once the ship hits a certain tipping point. And in VR, man. I'm trying to get David to buy a headset. No success yet, because he's a bit of a pussy, but I'm telling you, with some experiences, it's nothing better. Yes. Is this thing going to fall off? I'm almost afraid to ask. Oh, crap! It moved! Oh! Oh, that was cool. Oh, that's nuts! And that's a big ass. We're talking 20, 30,000 tons. And here's little old me. Can't swim. Looking for something to hang on to or float with. Just look at it. It's enormous. Oh. We'll find ourselves a good place to sit and watch it go down, I guess. Dude. They've outdone themselves. There is, I think, a fly-around mode as well, so you can get some really good photogenic angles, but... Oh. Again, that's like starting 55 minutes or an hour or whatever before the thing goes down, so... You know, you really have to pick what you value more. Your time, or... it's up to you. I mean, if you feel like sitting through the whole hour-long sinking, then go for it. It's an incredibly violent and dramatic thing, really. When these ships go down, like, holes start bursting in them and water starts pushing out. It's really very scary. And it was in somewhat shallow water as well, so it actually like hits the sand before it's finished sinking. If my memory serves me correctly. And really, I mean, a tremendous waste, but you have to look at it in the long run. Everyone who was ever on this boat is now dead. I'm not particularly sad that it was sunk in the war, because now it's a wreck. It's there for us to go dive on and explore and learn about. Oh, same goes to the Titanic, really. You know, very sad at the time, but... oh, there, down it goes! Oh, spoosh! Whoa. That's terrifying. Oof. You know me, I love to make jokes about everything, but ooh, the idea of being out here and watching the fucking... the size of it just go down like that. Spooky as hell. Anyway. Oh, it's fading out. Did I do something wrong? Oh, okay, a little memorial thing. It's not showing up right. Well, anyway, I can't handle another second of this being on my head. So, I don't know if I'll do any more of this at some stage. But I just wanted to thank Tom again for sending me the key for this and letting me make a video of it. Really cool stuff, guys. You've outdone yourselves many times over. As for me, I could have done a lot better. Anyway, I'll see you guys around.